Welcome everyone to the ANU Computing Internship Program information session for Semester 1 2024. My name is Dr. Anna Ozdowska and I'm the course convener for this subject. The course runs under 3 different subject codes. They are Comp 3820, Comp 4820 and Comp 8830. I'd like to start with an acknowledgement of country. We acknowledge and celebrate the first Australians on whose traditional lands we meet and pay our respect to the elders past and present. Today's session will run according to this agenda, so welcome. We'll talk about our hosts, some example projects, support network, key activities in the subject, the timeline, modes, eligibility, key dates, and of course, how to apply. So first of all, it's really great that you've made the effort to attend this information session. It's a competitive process to be part of this program, and preparing early is a really great step in gaining entry. So the aim of this course is to enable you to develop the competencies expected of professionals and to transition your academic knowledge into working knowledge and experience. So I'm sure you know that this is a project-based course in which you'll become immersed in a working environment. So internships really are a wonderful opportunity for you because you'll be able to apply what you've learned in your degree to some sort of real world problem. And, you know, that really offers such a rich learning experience. So in terms of the ANU Computing Internship Program, we find most of the internship opportunities. However, there is a BYO or bring your own option, which I'll talk about later. Every student will work on an independent project. So everyone will have a different project, and that's obviously your sort of bespoke project. And this is work integrated learning. So it's different to just going and getting a job. Being part of the computing internship program is really about learning the skills that you'll need when you are, out, in the workplace, in the work professional environment. So it's a safe place to learn, and we scaffold you and support you in your learning to make that experience as good as it can be. So we want you to make the most of your internship. You are representing the university, and we do expect that students will be self-directed and proactive in achieving their deliverables in their host placement. So what that means is really being open to asking questions, being able to, think about problems and go to the right people at the right time, at the right place in order to achieve a positive outcome. So this is really important. There'll only be one main round of student applications for those who wish to participate in the internship program in semester 1 next year in 2024. It's important that you apply in the main round if you want to be part of the internship program. So while we run a supplementary round, this is only open to students who applied in the main round and the students who obviously found eligible. So if you apply in the main round and you're eligible, but you didn't get a placement in the main round, you can apply in the supplementary round. If you don't apply in the main round and think, hey, I'd like to do an internship, we don't allow you to apply in the supplementary round. You can only apply in the supplementary round if you have already applied in the main round when we do all of our checks for eligibility. And so eligibility and room available in the degree is checked only in the main round. So you need to make sure that you're in that main round. We have an amazing set of hosts who offer placements for the computing internship program. You can see some of the logos on the screen here. There's big consulting firms, tech companies, startups, government agencies. There's a real opportunity pretty much for everyone from different, interests and backgrounds within KEC to find a project that is something that they're really interested in. So hopefully we've got a nice range of opportunities for you to consider for your internship in semester 1 next year, but we obviously won't know what opportunities we have until the expression of interest closes on the 4th of September. There's some example projects that we have had in the past are listed on this screen, on this page here. So eye in hand 3D scanning, national parks e-commerce, accent specific text to voice. There's some cybersecurity type projects, some computer vision, machine learning, lots of different options for people with different experience and expertise and different skill sets. So this is an indicative list. These projects have sort of already happened in the past. These are not projects that we will have, you know, for semester 1 2024, but this is a sort of range of projects that we have available. So there's really something for everyone, I think, that we can offer. And I would, you know, support you to consider applying for more than one. So even if you don't necessarily have, say, cybersecurity experience, you may have some sort of similar experience that you can, you know, still apply for a range of different positions. So in terms of the support for this subject, I'm the course convener, so I'm in charge of the academic side of the program. There's obviously a couple of tutors as well who will also support with the workshops and academic program. You'll have your host supervisor in your host organisation and obviously your colleagues. But I also want to talk a little bit about the mentoring program and the peer circles that we run. So every student who is accepted into the internship program is assigned an industry mentor, and the industry mentors have expertise in a similar area to what you'll be working in. So it's the role of the mentor to support you to adjust to your professional work context. And mentors can answer questions that, you know, you might not feel comfortable asking someone at work or coming to me and asking me the question. And so that's what your mentor is there for. So they can help you through any issues or points of confusion, and they can also be there to give you tips and insights on how you can succeed in your role. We also have an amazing career and employability team. So Yvonne Soper is our careers consultant, and she runs resume and review workshops, employer events and employability workshops. And there's some fantastic opportunities that they have up on their website, and Yvonne will talk you through those.
For you next week. So please feel free to connect with our services. I'm going to stop share now, Anne. If we want to jump back to your slide deck. Please.
Yes, I think I might have accidentally not pressed the right button when it went to record. So I'll just have to fix that up later. Sorry about that. Okay, share screen. All right, hopefully I'm showing the right screen.
Perfect, absolutely perfect. If you want to jump to the next slide, that'd be great, please. Another service that we're providing to Keck students is I actually sit in the Keck building once a week. So yesterday I sat next to student services and I had a few students pop in to come and see me, and these are just drop-in sessions. I'm there from next week. I'll be there on a Thursday between 10 and 11:30, but after that, all my drop-ins will happen on a Tuesday afternoon. And the idea is that you can just come in with a copy of your resume, or if you're not sure about your internship experience, you can come and have a chat to me about anything related to your career. So that's another service for your team. And just onto the next slide, please, Anne. In terms of the computing internship specifically, I will be running a workshop just for you guys to talk to you about how you can actually write a strong application. And we have found that, not that I'm trying to, sprout my own services, but, I have found that students who do come to the workshops are more successful in their applications. So we'll be talking about how do you put your resume together, how do you address an application. So come to that. It will be a virtual session, so you can log in from anywhere to access that service. And that's everything from me, Anne. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yvonne. And I would really strongly recommend attending these workshops, particularly, when you're applying for these placements, having a strong resume is really what will set you apart. It's what the employers see about you. It's the only thing they see about you.
Yeah.
They, you don't get the opportunity to expand at interview if your resume is not good. So I would absolutely, say, please go to those workshops. There is a big difference between having a okay CV and having a standout CV where you get onto the yes pile.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally agree with you, Anne.
It's really important. Cool.
Yeah, I just say, yeah, the aim of that resume is to get you that interview. And if it's not strong, then you'll never get to the interview. So you really do need to spend some time on it and, really want to try and showcase your experiences. And that's what our service can do, is really help you do that. Sorry, thanks, Anne, I'll shut up.
No, that's great. No, I agree. And that's what, that's why it's so fantastic to have your team involved, throughout the internship program, Yvonne, so that students do have access to all of those additional resources to be supported to achieve. Great. All right. So we'll get back to the key activities for the actual internship program. So it's about 20 hours per week that we expect students to be able to commit to the internship program. So 15 hours of that will be work for the host, and about 5 hours of that is, the associated work. So that's coursework, lectures, workshops, preparing assessments. We don't actually assess anything that you do in your placement. And I want to mention that up front to be really clear about that. And that's because often students are working on either commercially sensitive or confidential projects, and we can't assess those. Employers don't want us to see that. So because this is a university subject, we assess you on your coursework, and in this instance, it's about developing your skills as an IT professional. So the assessment at the moment in the computing internship program is designed to get you to think about projects in terms of the following aspects. So stakeholders who are affected by the project, stakeholders who are affected by the outcome of the project, and also getting you to develop your readiness to enter the job market. So that's sort of how we've broken up, what we're actually assessing you on. And these skills are critical for being an effective IT professional. And the first assessment, which is the statement of work, is designed to scaffold you to develop skills to communicate the project plan and to develop a shared understanding with your host about what it is that you are going to deliver and achieve over the course of the internship. So we ask that your host also signs off on this document, just so that we know that you're in agreement about what it is that you're there to do. So that's what we assess in terms of that part of the outcome. The second assessment, which is your poster and pitch, is designed to equip you with the skills to communicate the outcome of the project. And again, we can't read the code you've written or see what it is you've actually produced, but we can assess you on your ability to communicate the outcome of, of what you've done. So there's the poster that we show at the end of semester showcase and the video pitch, and they're both designed to be publicly accessible documents. The third and fourth assessments are the work portfolio package and the final reflection, and those assessments are designed to scaffold you to benefit from the experience that is an internship and to get you ready for your next job so that you can apply for your next job. And so each of those assessments is worth 20%. And you think, well, there's another 20%. And yes, that's the supervisor feedback. So supervisors are responsible for the final 20%, and they will give you that score based on the work contribution that you do that obviously I can't see. In terms of the way the program runs and an example timeline, each week there are activities, but we spread the activities across the semester so that obviously we don't overload you, because obviously you're at work 15 hours a week. So placements begin in week 1, and in week 1 we have an orientation lecture. So that's our only lecture for the subject. However, we have workshops throughout the semester. So in week 2, we have a workshop on project management, and in week 3, there's a workshop on how to do your statement of work. So those 2 workshops are put in that order so that we can support you with the assessment that you will then, go and do. In week 4, the statement of work is then due. In week 3, you'll also start your mentoring program. So you start your mentoring program with a one-on-one mentoring session, and then we run a couple of mentoring circles where you'll be grouped with a few of your peers and have those sessions as a group. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One of them is that we want you to start developing your professional networks. And so starting with having a mentoring circle is us sort of saying, here's your first step in your professional network. And it may be that you stay in contact with those people, for the next 20, 30, 40 years, I don't know. But we want you to start developing those skills in making connections with your peers. Okay, so you can sort of read through the other things that are due across the semester. There's a couple of modes of ways you can do your internship. We've got on-site, and obviously that's, for projects where the host is based in Canberra. Remote is another option. So the student, well, all students should be in Canberra, but the hosts may not be in Canberra. We've got a couple in Sydney. Obviously it's not practical to go there every day. But most placements are flexible. So most workplaces these days, post-COVID, offer some kind of hybrid and remote options. So there's flexibility on how you actually do your internship. It doesn't necessarily have to be, fully on site. However, we do have some hosts who say this is an on-site internship, and we will note that in the ads that we do place, we do put up on the website for those particular placements. To be eligible for an internship, there are some prerequisites that you need to have done. Mio will know a lot more about the prerequisites, but I bet, as it says here, for Comp 3820, you have to have done Comp 2100 and Comp 2120. But that's not to say that, you could be doing them this semester. You just have to be on track to completing those before you do your internship. So if you're doing those subjects now, you are able to apply for an internship for semester 1, 2024.
A quick note. I believe the Comp 4820 also has the same requisite.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'll have to add that in. Thanks, Mio.
That's all right.
Are there any prerequisites for, these are the prereqs for the masters. Is it Comp 6442 and Comp 8260?
For a Master of Computing students, yeah. And if they are in Master of Machine Learning and Computer Vision, the requisites are either Comp 6710 or 6730 and either Comp 6250 or 8260.
Fantastic. And I know that, yeah.
Sorry, you can also check out requisite on program courses on the course pages.
And this is something that you'll check as well, Mio, isn't it?
Our team will check.
Yeah. So you have to have done those prerequisites or be on track to have completed those prerequisites in order to be able to be eligible to apply. You also have to have 12 units of space in one semester, and we don't want you to overload. And we don't want you to overload for a very good reason, and that is that it's a lot of work to do an internship. You're working on a project. It's a space where you're going to have to ask questions and sort of figure it out for yourself. So we really don't want students to be overloaded when they do an internship. Okay, got some key dates. These are really, really important dates. So at the moment, we are accepting host projects, and we'll be accepting host projects until the 4th of September for our main round. To be eligible, you have to apply for something in the main round. So the student applications open on the 15th of September, and they will be open until the 1st of October. So you must apply in that window. The hosts will interview students between the 13th of October and the 3rd of November, and we need to be notified by the hosts, and you need to have accepted your offer by that final date, that the 3rd of November, for the main round. Sometimes hosts, don't get their application to us in the main round, so we run a supplementary round for the hosts, but we don't accept new student applications. So if you want to apply for an internship in semester 1 2024, you actually have to apply in the main round. So we will have new projects in the supplementary round, but we won't have new students. So the hosts who are putting up projects for the supplementary round will be selecting students from the pool who have applied in the main round. So the host projects are added until the 30th of October for the supplementary round. Student applications open on the 8th of November, close on the 15th of November, and then the host will interview students between the 17th of November and the 8th of December. And students have to have accepted their offers by the 8th of December. Okay, so some important links, and these slides will be up online. The projects will be advertised at that link. The application form will be made available at this link here, and this information is all available as well on the website. The applications won't be open until the main round opens or the supplementary round opens, so you can't access that until then. In terms of the selection process, it's like any recruitment process. So we post the jobs on the website. You go and say, oh, I like the look of that one. You write a resume and a cover letter. And then we collate all of the resumes and cover letters for the students who have applied for that position. And we package them up and send them to the hosts. Then the hosts obviously look at that list and they say, they have their yes pile and their no pile. And for all of the people that they want to interview, they will get in contact with you and invite you to interview. And then the hosts will let us know who they have selected. And that's how you gain entry into this course. So it's not me saying, you can do an internship, that's great. It's really the host saying, hey, we want this student and this student. And yeah, that's kind of the how you get in. And the last thing that happens once you've accepted your offer is that the student employability team will arrange a contract and enrolment into the course. All right, Mio, should I hand over? Would you like to screen share?
It's okay, and
Okay.
I can just use your screen.
Sure.
So hi, everyone. So my name is Miu Nguyen, and I've got my colleague, Christy Chen here. We are from the college student employability team. So when you apply for computing internship, our team will be checking your transcript just to make sure that you meet all the prerequisite requirement, as well as you have a room to fit 12 units of computing internship course. So if you don't meet the eligibility, or if you don't have the room, you will not be able to progress with your applications. And then once you have once you have a confirmed placement, our team will get in touch with you to assist you get your student agreements in place. And we also assist with computing internship enrollment. So you will get instruction from us. And if you are going to work on any unpaid placements, our team will be also assisting you with getting ANU insurance cover to make sure that you have a personal accident insurance cover provided by ANU. And this is our email address. If you have any questions, please reach out to us via this email address. Thank you. Thanks, Anne.
Thanks so much, Mio and Christy. All right, so just a couple of frequently asked questions that we get. Can I bring my own placement? And the answer is yes. But if you want to do that, you still have to have your host organization submit. They either have to submit the project, the BYO, or bring your own project, by the 4th of September or by the 30th of October if it's in the supplementary round. We don't advertise BYO projects, but you have to tell me about it, because if I just get an application and it says, hey, we've got this job at somewhere, I'll just advertise it to everybody. So if you do want to bring your own placement, absolutely, that's great. But do still follow the process, but also let me know that that's what you've organized. Will I get ongoing employment? And the answer is I can't say, but we have a very good outcome for students. Some students will get ongoing employment. Some placements, they don't have the capacity for it. But it's what doing an internship will give you is experience somewhere. It will most likely result in you getting a reference from your supervisor. But having relevant work experience when you are going for your graduate position or your next job is really important. So will you get ongoing employment as a result of the internship in the internship placement? Maybe. Will you get ongoing employment, or have you got a better chance of getting ongoing employment after doing an internship? I would say yes. So are the internships paid? Again, sometimes. Some of our internship placements are paid, some are unpaid. We do advertise in the ad which one it is, so that you can make an informed decision about whether or not you want to apply for a placement. If a placement is not paid and it says this is an unpaid placement, that's what it is. It's not really, can't really say, oh, well, I want to do this one, but make it paid. It's just sort of, some organizations will offer a paid placement and others won't. Has anyone?
And may I quickly say something about BYO students?
Yep.
All those BYO students, you still need to apply through student application process. So make sure you put in your application during the main round. There'll be a question you can tick that you are going to bring your own project. So please make sure and apply, and you still need to follow the same process as other students. Thank you.
Thanks,
Sorry,
Mio. No, that's a really good point. And we do have, like Mio said, we do have a checkbox that you can say, I'm bringing my own placement, just so that alerts us to the fact that we need to match the host with you to know that, we don't advertise that placement or pass your application on, somewhere else. I also just want to do a quick plug for the HEX Singapore opportunity. If anyone is interested in developing entrepreneurial skills, the HEX Singapore program is fantastic. It's sort of been likened to a bit of a mini MBA program. So you get to, I think it's all expenses paid. You get to go to Singapore and hang out with lots of interesting people and develop, like a startup. So if anyone wants to apply for that, I'd strongly recommend doing it. I think it happens in the mid-semester breaks. So, and has anyone got any questions about the internship program? I'll also open the chat.